Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 208. Today's episode is going to be pretty jam-packed. We are going to complete a player SBC. We're going to play some weekend league games, and that's going to get us up to enough wins where we will then get our extra red player pick out of 5 choices of players or whatever. So yeah, if you do enjoy, do me a favour and hit that thumbs up button. I am shooting for the stars of 3,000 likes. If you can make that happen, you'll make my day. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Click the notification bell, all of that stuff, so that you never miss an upload. And let me know who your favourite player is in your team right now in the comment section below. So the player that we are going to complete here today is the Flashback Taraabt SBC. Now I did this a couple of days ago when there was only a few hours left, so he's no longer available. But we've, my recordings are normally a little bit behind real time. So I thought I'd get him done just before he expired because it's a cheap 88. He actually doesn't look that bad, and I had some of the stuff in my club. So, what that meant is that an 88 that normally would sell for what, like 40k? He was actually about 35k to complete from scratch anyway, so it's already a cheap 88. And I already had the stuff in my club. I think I spent 20. So that's good. So, it may mean that we are down on coins, down to like 4,000 again. But I'm fine with that. We know that we've got Mertens to sell at some point once we get through this weekend league. And then we'll be back up to 450 again. I nearly got stuck in a loop, and that is just because I don't know, really. Anyway, moving on. So Flashback Taraabt is complete. I actually think he does look all right. I figured we'd get him, and he was great value considering Biabiani. Oh god, Biabiani would be a bad word to say if I'm stuck in a B loop, wouldn't it? But Biabiani is incredibly expensive compared to like Taraabt's price. So Biabiani is a Serie B 3-star player that costs over 100,000 coins, whereas this is an 88 rated, so one higher rating, 5-star skiller, who is probably as easy to link, maybe not because he's not French like Biabiani is, but he was like a third or a quarter of the price or something. It's absolutely mad. I don't get the differences in SBC prices this year. It just baffles me. But yeah, this could be a good super sub for us, Flashback Taraabt. We'll bring him in and see. Like, I don't know when I'm going to bring him on. I'm only going to bring him on if I'm confident that I'm beating someone, and then maybe I can start to get used to him. But knowing that on the bench we're going to have Kent and Bernardo Silva and Overmars, players that I kind of know what they play like. I'm more likely to bring them on than Taraabt right now, but we'll at least give him a go at some point, or if we don't, he'll just be good, cheap, 88 rated fodder. So luckily, I then went through my club, and I found a Paderborn Silver, which sold for 18,500 coins, which is brilliant. For those of you that don't know, Paderborn is one of the most expensive clubs in the Bundesliga League SBC, and therefore a lot of the Silvers do go for a crazy amount of money. And because I was low on coins, I thought I'd check my club for silvers, see if I'd packed anything recently. Luckily, I'd packed a Paderborn player, and it's thanks to you guys for reminding me to check that in the comment section below, and that we're going to make that money, which is awesome. So time to head on into the weekend league then, and I can't remember, where are we at right now? I can't remember. Maybe we are 4-0? I'm not sure. I genuinely, we'll have to check after this game. Either way, I go 1-0 up, or were we 5-0? I think we were 5-0. Yeah, this is going to be our 6th win, isn't it? So another 2-0 rage quit. Considering we had quite a few of them in the first few games, this was actually going pretty awesome. It was my literal like minutes per win were sky high during a lot of this. So that took us up to Silver 3, up to 6 wins. Excuse me. And then we come up against Neymar, Messi, Del Piero, Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, very, very nice team. If this guy knows what he's doing, we could be in for a ridiculously tough game and probably our first loss. But off of kickoff, we managed to get the ball off him, run down the other end with Atal, square it to Dries Mertens, and the Belgian sticks the ball in the back of the net. And we are 1-0 up. Atal then pushing forward again. He's actually got so involved from that CDM role. Like, as much as Firmino did last week. So I just think that maybe the way that I've set my custom tactics up for that left DM, leaving them on balance, letting them push up and help the attack. If you've got someone super well-rounded that can actually provide and score as well, like Screen Bobby Firmino or Shapeshifter Atal, one of those players with really well-rounded stats, then it just seems to work. It almost adds that extra like central player, that central cam that you're missing in a 4-2-2. So you really do overload when you go on the attack. It might leave you somewhat stretched at the back, but I like to just try and outscore my opponents. I don't rate myself as a defensive player in this game. I make some stupid decisions when I'm trying to defend, so I know if I'm playing against a good person, I'm going to concede. It's just whether or not I can overload my attack and try and score more goals without being like completely all-out attack 10 depth all the time. So this game was super tough. We were 7-0, and the first half, I think I had way more than my opponent, and then second half, he just got through twice in like 5 or 10 FIFA minutes and scored twice with Mane, and it just hit me like a rock. And I didn't expect it. I didn't see it coming, and I didn't expect to be 2-0 down. I thought we were going to just clinch this one, get that one goal and be all right. We managed to get a goal back with Ryan Kent, but it wasn't enough. And we ended up losing our first game of the weekend league there, 2-1. And when I look at those stats, I feel like I'm a little bit hard done by. But fair play to my opponent for scoring when he did and not allowing me to score when I got through. So there's a loss, 7-1. Then come up against Middle Cruyff. Bergwijn, the Foot Birthday version. So that's 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot instead of a 2-star weak foot. Icon Moments, Jari Litmanen, who is from Icon Swaps, I believe. I mean, this guy might have packed him or bought him or whatever. But he is also the cheapest Icon Swap player, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's where this guy's got him from. However, I went 1-0 down to Johan Cruyff. But pretty much straight after that, I ran down the other end and got gifted a penalty. Neymar's going to step up. I haven't actually had that many penalties lately, you know. So I was going to do my thing where I aim over to the left here and then move it down to the middle. But I felt so secure with that in the top left corner. It wasn't moving around or anything. I thought I'm just going to hit it there and see if the accuracy of the penalty makes it fly into the corner. And I timed it okay as well. And that it just flew right in perfectly into the corner. So I'm glad we did that. But yeah, like Cruyff scores the goal there. It goes in off of Mendy. Sometimes you get the block there. Sometimes the block goes into the back of the net, and that's just what happened here. And then as you can see, every single bounce is basically falling back to my opponent here. A little bit disappointed that Bergwijn is able to out-jump and out-head my new centre-back Saar. In that situation, to put him 3-1 up, I was spamming the clear button. Get rid of that ball, and he just didn't do it. Which was, yeah, disappointing to say the least, considering he's a centre-back. And then I go 4-1 down to Ben Yedder, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm out of here. And those last two games, they really got my back up. I was now heads gone. I was now not in a good space. Come up against this, and I'm like, okay, at this point, I can't catch a break. This guy did more ball rolls and drag backs than I've had hot dinners. And like I said, my head was gone. It took him 37 minutes to score, but I didn't have a lot in this game, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to get out of here as well. Only at 1-0, but fine, whatever. I lost my head, and I had to stop playing. So that was the last game of a session. A few hours later, I then came back in here. 7-0 to 7-3, really not great, not very impressive, kind of embarrassing. But we move on, and we hope that we can get some wins now and not take any more losses. So that guy either quit or lost connection or something at 0-0. We played half of the first half or something, so that was annoying. We played 19 minutes, so it's not that bad. But he hadn't had a shot, and I was doing all right, so I thought I'd probably win that one. So that just doesn't count as a game. We just move on to the next one. Come up against mid Ronaldinho, Prime Henrik Larsson, Baby Blanc, Baby Hierro, Baby Butra. I reckon those three are from the Icon Swaps, and then he's got middle Ronaldinho from a mid SBC and Larsson from his prime SBC or prime pack from Icon Swaps, which is pretty fortunate if that is the case for my opponent. However, he bottled his penalty with Ronaldinho. That didn't take him that much longer to then get like an opportunity with Ben Yedder to score the goal. So I was 1-0 down. This was a tough match. It was up against someone that I think was like 60-40 possession. Is this the game where that was it? Show me the half time. There we go, yeah. So I was getting completely and utterly obliterated here. But I didn't want to quit because like I felt like there was something in this game for me. I moved Tierney to CDM and brought on Furlong Mendy, or however we do it, I can't remember. And Tierney actually gets an assist to Dries Mertens, who powers that one into the back of the net. Good goal from the Belgian there. Then Neymar knocks it wide to Zola, who gets it across, but the defender is just there. We are level right now, but it is end to end, and both teams could have easily won this game. Fortunately for me, Ronaldinho doesn't score there. Tierney is getting through again, knocks it through to Mertens. The bounce just wasn't kind to us there, and we didn't quite come away with it. But Neymar to Lozano, back to Neymar. You see that open spot for Tierney, who's going to strike. And my left back, of all people, who moved up to CDM, has got himself a goal and an assist in this game to win it for me. What a performance from the Scottish lad. I very much appreciate that. I love Kieran Tierney. I think he's a fantastic player on this game. And I know with the way that the team's lined up right now, he doesn't get into the starting 11 because it's Mendy and Alexandro. But I think for this session, I'd switched it back again. So I haven't shown that to you, I forgot. But I've taken Alisson out and put Van der Sar back in. And then that means that I can play Alexandro at left back, who gets 8 chemistry. And then Tierney goes right back and gets his 7 chemistry. And they're the only 2 players off chem. Because the goalkeeper gets enough links to both my centre-backs, Sarr gets the perfect link to Cyprian. Sarr is actually on full chem. It brings Neymar back up to full chem. And we're playing with Alexandro and Tierney, which are my 2 favourite left-backs, over Mendy. So we're back to just having just the 1 extra player off chemistry from getting Sarr, and that was simply by swapping the goalkeeper out. So we'll give Van der Sar another run out for a little bit. I literally don't care which goalkeeper I use. They're both as good and as bad as each other, but I've got 2 cool ones that help with links sometimes. So yeah, that's exactly where we're at. So as you can see, things are going a lot better now. This game went 3-0 with me running it down the byline and getting 3 crosses. Because I couldn't move down the middle. He had this Ogbonna, which was outstanding. Every time I've played this Ogbonna now, he wrecks me. He's so quick, he's so good, to the point where I think at some point in time, as he doesn't expire, I could see myself completing him as well. I don't know when, but he looks like a very, very good centre-back, and he played like one as well. Not that we need another centre-back right now, because we literally just got Sarr, and our icon Coman is not even making his way into the starting 11. So, moving on into the next game, we come up against Prime Makaleli, Prime Icon Moments Larson, who destroyed me last week, so I need to be careful of him. He's got Messi, he's got Lamar with 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot, so it could be a tough opponent, and his Larson does absolutely bang one off the bar. The rebound gets saved by Van der Sar onto the post. How am I not 1-0 down in that situation right there? I absolutely don't know. But Neymar, Berber spins inside, somehow gets that ball back, knocks it into the box, not really worked out for him, but he's got it back, he takes the strike and hits the post, and oh my god, that was a cluster something of a goal. But we go 1-0 up. It is Dries Mertens on the rebound, so he's showing that his reactions and stuff were good, and his finishing was able, he was able to stick that one in the back of the net. 1-0 up in this game. Can we make it 2-0? We're getting through here with Bernardo Silva. Terrible shot. I needed that to be high and to the, past the goalkeeper, not at the near post and low. But he knocks it back to Messi. Surely Messi scores. Wow, what a block that is from my defender. And we end up winning this game 1-0. It was a very tough game that I genuinely could have lost like 5-1, I think. He had lots of opportunities. We just about were able to block them out. My opponents that beat me earlier, same situation with them where I outplayed them and could have got the win, but they ended up blocking me out. So it is swings and roundabouts. It happens. What we've done is we've brought ourselves back from 7-3 to 10-3. So at least after a 3-game losing streak, we go on a 3-game winning streak. Tomorrow, I will push up further into the weekend league to get up to my 14 wins. But for now, it's time for one of 5 Fit Champions players for getting 10 wins. Who are we gonna get? 84 rated Ayoze Perez. I've got a feeling we took him before, like when during the week that it was actually out. Everything else than that was like 82 or 81 or below or whatever. So obviously we're going to take him. It could have been a lot worse. I've seen a lot of people with the highest rating of like 81. So at least we get an 84 Prem player or a Spanish Prem player. Like it's fairly useful for links for SBCs. So no real complaints there. And we'll just end the episode off with a couple of little packs that we've got from objectives. First one being a 1 rare player pack. Not going to get anything from that, so we'll skip on through. And I think we get Konate. Yeah, we do. So I recently used him in an SBC. So good job that we can just get him back in the squad for Bundesliga first owner stuff. And then Time Fade Prime Players Pack then. Are we going to get a FUT birthday? No, but we are going to get a walkout. Who's this going to be then? Belgian centre-back from Spurs is going to be either Vertonghen or Alderweireld, and we get the 87 rated Toby Alderweireld, probably one of the best haircuts in the Premier League, one of the sharpest haircuts anyway, who will just be, yeah, great fodder. You know, that's another Prem player that we've got. We can add him. I mean, we don't really have much fodder now just because we recently completed Saar. But hey, we need to start earning it up, bubbling it up again, don't we? So this is how the team looks now, by the way. You'll see it once I've gone through all the player bios. Saar, after his first 9 games. I've lost 3 games with him. I might have played a squad battles or 2. I can't remember. But I've lost 3 games with him. I think he's about the same level, maybe a little bit better than Koeman. But it's just taken a little bit to get used to him. I don't know really what else to say. Like, he seems like a good player. It's quite useful to have the ability to do a running scoop with the centre back, even, you know, just in some situations. So I like him so far. I didn't realise he was going to mess my chemistry up as much as he did, but luckily we've sorted that now, and we've just got Alexandro on 8 chem and Tierney on 7, which we're used to anyway. So just one player has been affected by 2 chemistry points since bringing him in. That's going to wrap things up for the video, guys. I like Saar, for those of you that are asking. I don't know what to suggest. Like, I'll get through the rest of my weekend league before I give you real, like, yeah, you should go for him, or don't bother. He's not actually that good. I'll let you know tomorrow. That's going to be the end of the episode. Hit me with a thumbs up if you did enjoy. I'd greatly appreciate hitting 3,000 likes. That would be amazing. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Thank you for that. And of course, don't forget to come follow me on Twitter, Instagram. The links are down below with constant updates and stories of what I'm getting up to during isolation. Guys, stay healthy, stay safe, stay clean, wash your hands, stay at home, play games, enjoy yourselves, and yeah, just stay all good. And I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.